a lot of relationships feel like it's
Yeah.
employer, because I'm not saying that women don't have a part to play in how the relationship turns out, but more of the power is on the men.
Mm.
More of that power is on the men, and that's why I'm saying there is more to the way men lead in relationships that I don't think we're discussing enough. And not to say that's what I'm saying. I feel like it came off as I hate men. I don't.
Mm.
I'm just going to go back to what you
Yeah.
said. Like when a guy approaches you, and then
Mm,
there's this attitude, or there's a way that a guy will approach you. You just immediately know exactly how
yes,
that person
yes,
leads.
yes,
And like you give him chance, you're like, oh, okay, let me just give him this chance. Let's see if
yes,
he's actually going to
yes. Like, don't judge a book by its
exact.
cover.
Don't, I'm
Oh.
not
So
judging
what's a
by.
good leader do? No, no. You guys said there's a way a guy will come. You
It's
know
not
that.
quantifiable. These
I'm not
feelings,
done.
no, for
I'm
real.
trying to.
Sometimes the
I'm getting
feelings
to.
are
I'm
not
getting to.
quantifiable.
Very, very
So
true.
Yeah,
what are the
like it's not.
situations that you will know? Okay, he's a good leader.
Like I said, I will know I will know how I can allow someone lead me. It's just like let's come back to the presidential election. I'll say, Peter Obi and our president. Peter Obi, when I say he quantified or he gave us actions, he told us what he was going to do.
Mm.
And he listed those things properly. I mean, and our president, I would not say he wasn't like he did not put out his manifesto, but they're like just vague, basically. And then you see Peter Obi, everybody was talking like, oh, this Peter Obi has already told us that this is exactly
Mm,
what he's going to do. This is how he
mm,
wants to lead us, blah, 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 blah,
yeah.
blah. But then everything happened and this is where we are. So like, if somebody is actually going to lead you well. When the person comes, you listen to the person talk, how the
Mm,
person's view on the future, exactly how the person wants to lead his own life. You're like, okay,
yes.
let me see. This person has what I call it. This person actually thinks this way, has views for the future,
Yeah.
has like plans, things set in place. Okay, you can see that, oh, if I follow this one, I can guarantee that we are actually we're going to take each other to a favorable destination.
But do you know
That's
the
exactly, no, that's exactly what I mean. Things can happen.
but do you know the
Obviously.
beauty of leadership?
What's the beauty of
The
leadership?
same thing I was asking her. You still need to give the ability to let someone lead you. Tinubu.
Did you
Oh,
did
no,
you
no.
hear
Do you know,
her? Did you?
I had let me talk to the example of the presidential election.
Yeah.
Peter Obi wouldn't have been a good leader. Do you want to know
Okay.
why?
Why?
Because Nigeria will not let him lead.
Okay. I
They
feel
will
like
let Tinubu lead, so Tinubu will be a better leader for Nigeria. Just because somebody does not let you lead you does not mean you're not a good leader. Neither does it mean you're not a good person. And just because somebody lets you lead does not mean you're a good leader. And it also does not mean you're a great person. It goes hand in hand.
yes.
I don't buy that.
You don't
You
buy.
said
You
you
think
said
you
you
think
said
Peter?
Tinubu.
I
You
You
think
said
you
you
think
said
Peter
Peter Obi
Obi?
wouldn't have been a
You think
good
Peter Obi
person.
would have been a good leader for
You
Nigeria?
said Peter Obi wouldn't have been a good
Leader,
leader because they won't let him lead.
didn't let him
They
lead.
wouldn't let him
So
lead. So
how
how can you even tell he would have been a good leader?
That's the thing. You wouldn't have known.
But that's the
wouldn't have
point.
known.
But that's the point. But the difference between your analogy and ours is we do
Yeah,
let
so-
you.
so-
We are
Exact-
giving you
Yeah,
chances.
but speaking on that, Nigeria wouldn't have let him lead. And if you say he would have been a good leader, then you're speaking on the perfect situation when we don't live in a perfect situation. We live in an imperfect situation, so we need an imperfect person to lead the situation. A perfect person cannot lead an imperfect situation. That's the truth. That's the
So
truth.
okay, that is there. That is there. So I want you to explain again
Mm.
how you use this analogy with what we're speaking about, letting
A
person
woman,
lead.
a woman needs to allow a man to lead her fully for her to see whether he's a good or bad leader. They are obviously, like you said, and
Do
that's
you
what I
know
was
how
So
asking.
like
entitled that
exactly
is?
I
And that's
said
why I was asking what makes a good leader and what doesn't make a good leader. You're the women. So what are the things you guys see in men that make them good leaders and not good leaders? That's what I'm asking.
like I said, when I
Is it
see
the way he talks?
it could be all of that. It could be all of that, but then it's just the basic things. For me, when I meet somebody
Mm.
I'm asking questions that are necessary or that are very important to me.
Like what?
I know exactly where I'm going. Like I know what goals I have for myself. So I'm going to ask, are you like what exactly are your plans for the future? How do you see this just these questions? Like, okay, yeah, exactly. I said, how do you see the future? What are your dreams? What do you want to achieve? What do you think do you think that you are limited? Do you think that you have a small just basic things like that for me? That's those things would help me know a good leader for me. So if the person cannot, it's just like the bare minimum for me. If a person cannot necessarily provide answers, or the answers I'm getting from that person I'm not satisfied with,
Yeah.
and then it's not a good leader for me. I will not let that person lead me. Exactly. Do you get what I'm saying?
Would you let somebody that you won't let lead you? Would you be in a relationship with that person?
No.